Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. The hits just keep on coming for the governor. AK-47s in the mail, and we'll tell you how to keep your eggs in the frying pan and off the school bus windows. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a judge has ruled that the 5th Constitutional Convention cannot sue to force the governor to forward the proposed Constitution to Washington, D.C. However, as taxpaying citizens can proceed with the lawsuit against the governor, DeYoung chose not to forward the draft to the convention approved by Barack Obama. It's been a rough week for our governor this week, this on the heels of a bitter controversy involving the governor's property. And in other news, since we do not manufacture weapons here in our territory, how are so many deadly weapons getting into the hands of our children? News Channel 8's Lee Carl files this report from St. Thomas.
How many times has someone said, how did they get an AK-47? That Kalashnikov Russian rifle is used in Iraq and Afghanistan and around the world as a deadly assault weapon. Well, two men that don't say they're from the Virgin Islands, but their names seem to be stateside, Jamal Mike and Lucas Reed Jr. A federal grand jury began a hearing against them in a trial for picking up a package containing an AK-47 assault rifle from the post office. In a superseding indictment handed down by Justice October 1st, Mike and Reed are charged with receipt of a firearm acquired outside the state of residency, 2 counts of unauthorized possession of a firearm, 2 additional charges, shipment of a firearm, transferring a firearm out of a state residence. Now, they referred to a third person, Fenyang Francis. Francis recently appeared in district court before the magistrate Jeffrey Bernard and pled guilty to a shipment of a firearm. Prosecutors charged that on April 22nd, Mike and Reed apparently abetted each other in receiving a WASR assault rifle, which is an AK-47. They obtained outside St. Thomas, and that they both possessed the firearm. As the trial got underway Tuesday, the first person to take the stand was a woman who works in a gun shop in Florida. She testified, yes, she did sell that firearm and 2-round magazines, 30-round magazines, to Francis in April 11th. Court then heard from Mitchell Perez. He's a postal inspector over in San Juan, where the mail to the Virgin Islands is processed. And he said that they intercepted a parcel, and later on they found out there was a gun in the parcel. How did they do that? They were doing special interdiction for parcels coming into the Virgin Islands. We saw an express mail which caught our attention, pulled it off in the mainstream, checked it, found the address where it came from in Florida does not exist. If anyone has any further information, just call the regular police numbers 911 or tips. In St. Thomas, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.